Hi, everybody. I'm just going to really briefly go over a few things about AT3. There have been a couple of questions on the discussion board, and I thought I would just address them all at once in a narrated PowerPoint. So, what we want you to do is demonstrate that you have a good understanding of, or good critical understanding of different media and the role that the media play in shaping, how we think and feel about contemporary issues. So, really by the end of the unit, we want you to be able to say, this piece of media that I'm seeing coming up on my Facebook page is legitimate or it's rubbish or it's real or it's bias. So we want you to be able to show that you can understand all of these different things that go into media, and particularly when they come from different sources. So, we want you to choose one of the health issues or population groups that we've talked about in this trimester, not the one that you did in AT1. The reason that we don't want you to do that is because that's not very good learning. That's going to be really boring for you to do. And, you're not going to get much more out of it than you've already gotten by doing the presentation. For AT1. So for assessment task 3, we want you to choose a different population group or a different health issue within the content that we've looked at. So you could look at Indigenous health, gender, suicide, end of life care, asylum seeking, drug use, climate change, health governance, LGBTIQ health, or another topic if you're really interested, but you're going to have to let one of us know. So, what we want you to do is locate 10 media texts or videos or news stories that represent your chosen health issue or population group. Now, of these 10, I want at least 5 of them to be from traditional media. So, that can be print media like The Age or radio like something that you might get on Fox or you might get on Radio National, or a TV news item, so something again that you might get on the 7:30 report or Today Tonight. And then 5 that have come from new media, so they might have come from Facebook or BuzzFeed or HuffPost or from Twitter or from YouTube, so something that's not traditional media. Now, of the 10, 5 should be supporting the health issue, so positive representations, and 5 should not, so more negative representations. Now, in your essay, I want you to provide an provide an introduction of what the issue is. So, if, for example, you're talking about asylum seekers, then you need to give a bit of an introduction on who they are and how many they are and why this is an issue at the moment. You then need to do a little bit of a literature review about what has been written on the media representations for this particular health or population group. Now, Maria has put a really great list of some media representation articles that have already been written, and you'll find those in the in the assessment folder. But there are going to be more out there, so you're going to have to go and do some database searching around media representation and your particular issue or population group. Then what we want you to do is do a discourse analysis of the whole set of media articles that you've got. So you don't need to do them individually, we want you to do them all together. And you can do that by using Daly or Foucault or Lupton. You don't have to use all 3, you can use 2 or you can use 1 where it's appropriate, because by now you know that different theories are appropriate for different types of media and for different issues. So to do that discourse analysis, we think you should provide, a small description of your articles, so it's useful to know where they came from, what type of media, when they were written, who wrote them, so what are some of the things that might bias someone's understanding of the issue when represented by this media. So if, for example, you've got something from the ABC, then you need to say that that's, a Australian government run media organisation, but if it's from BuzzFeed, then you need to say that it's privately owned, internet only, and it provides this type of media. If you're sourcing media from other countries, then you need to say where it's come from. And then finally, you need to show that you can utilize health promotion principles. So this might be the Ottawa Charter or Kelleher and Murphy and their framework for health promotion action, or some other type of health promotion principle to discuss what action needs to be undertaken for your topic to make the negative aspects redundant. So what we want you to do here is be able to say, for asylum seekers and the negative treatment that they're getting from the media, if we look at the Ottawa Charter, then we need to have some change in policy and we need to reorient our health services in these ways, and so on and so on. So you really need to bring it back to those health promotion principles that we've been talking about across the trimester in our tutorials. Now, when you're thinking about how you're going to talk about your media articles, you might like to put in the links or the descriptions in the body of your essay, or you can just put them as an appendix. Some people might like to put them in a table with a short description of what they are, but we're going to leave that up to you, because by now you're in your third year. We think you probably have a preference about how you'd like to set up your assignments. So I think that's everything. If you've got any questions, please do feel free to pop them on the discussion board, and we will answer them when we can. Now, best of luck with your assignment.